Yo, wait a second, is that a river? Hold on, if we get 5,000 likes, I'll jump into this river. Actually, I take that back. No, I'm not doing that. I think it's probably so nasty. Okay, so I've been riding this park for, gosh, almost 10 years now on a scooter, and, well, what I've noticed a lot is that the skate parks when I first started were all big. Now they're like minuscule. So this park would be considered a normal size skate park, but like on the West Coast, this park is tiny. Like within a 50-mile radius, this is probably the park with the biggest ramps and the most room. And depending on where you live and what skate park you ride, this is gonna look like absolute dog crap, or it's gonna look really good. But on a real note, the last big skate parks that have been built are already built. Like they're not gonna be building more big skate parks. There's just gonna be a lot of tinier ones, and they're shrinking, all of them. Like I said, this park looks like a normal size skate park, but it actually kind of is big. Literally over 95% of parks are smaller than this, and that number is only gonna grow. It's only gonna go from 95 to 100 in a matter of time. Like for real, the last big skate park that was probably built in the state of Pennsylvania was FDR, and that park is huge. It's the biggest GOI in the world. And that wasn't even built by like a town. That was built by a bunch of skaters. Like literally skaters got a bunch of concrete and made a skate park by themselves, and now it's the biggest one in the world. But that was all the way back in like literally the early 2000s, and a whole lot has changed since then. So the plan for this video is I'm gonna ride this park, which is normal slash big, and then we're gonna go to a super tiny park that would be considered normal slash big. I haven't done an inward, a Mac, or a Dono in a fat minute, so we're gonna learn it right now again. Inward first try. Good, all right, 2 more. So a Mac is like kind of just a weird way of doing an inward, and my foot freaking slipped. And my other foot slipped. Dang, I need a new scooter. Sig Scooter 2024. Sorry, what? There it is. Okay, almost ran off the side, but we got it. So a Dono is basically the same thing I just did, but you just take one hand off and hopefully it works. Oh, okay. Barely, but link one more thing together, and then we're gonna head to this other skate park that I've never been to, and it's really small, but that was so sketchy. Okay, so this is what a normal size skate park looks like compared to, well, let's just say that's my scooter, this is the skate park. You see all the land there is? Like this is probably the size of like 3 or 4, maybe 5 basketball courts. So now we're gonna teleport to a park that is probably a little bit more compact, but maybe half the space. Okay, so literally behind me is a total of, I think, 5 obstacles that completed an entire skate park. And this place is teeny tiny. So that's an obstacle, this is an obstacle, I'm standing on an obstacle, and then this whole thing is an obstacle. Literally only 5 different things at this park. Not a single rail in sight. We're under a bridge right now, so I guess if it rained or snowed or did something, you could probably ride some of this, but not much. But this is not big at all. Maybe a basketball court and a half, maybe like a tennis court. And we're in the city right now, so this would be considered something pretty big. Like this middle piece right here is probably one of the biggest obstacles you're gonna find in the city. And over in the suburbs, that's gonna feel like so small, and nothing's gonna get any bigger. Now you're probably asking, why are skate parks getting so small? And I have the answer. So action sports is getting bigger and bigger in cities, not necessarily like suburb towns. Like if you go to like the random town in Texas, there's gonna be nobody skateboarding, BMXing, or scootering. But if you come to the city, tons of people, because they also use it for transportation. You're not freaking using a skateboard to get to one farm to the other. Like, if you live in absolutely nowhere, a skateboard and a bike is useless. You need a car. So because it's so popular just to skate, ride a bike or scooter just to get transport in the city, a lot more people are dragged to it, and that's why more skate parks are in the city. And cities usually build up because they have no more space to build out. So they build a lot of skate parks that aren't super big. Like, this doesn't take up that much space at all. It's under a bridge. Like, there's nothing else being used here besides grass. Tallest thing over there is probably maybe 4 feet. This is like 5, if that. Now, to me, these ramps are teeny tiny, but to some people, these are big. So the average skate park ramp is shrinking fast. So let's see what the actual difference is. Let's run it. Okay, so I'm really not gonna lie to you, they kind of did it pretty well. Like, it's better to have a bunch of ramps that are absolutely, like, honestly, they're all built pretty well. Like, it's better to have less ramps that are built good than more ramps that are built like absolute garbage. But to be honest, more people come here to graffiti than actual ride because, well, I mean, look where we're at. I have to admit, it's kind of fun just because it's so small and it actually flows. Like, usually a city skate park has no flow whatsoever. This one does. Oh, really quick, I forgot to mention we have memberships going right now, so I'm only uploading Monday and Friday. If you're not a member, if you are, you get early access to exclusive videos. Just go below, there's a button right next to the subscribe button that says join. Become a member and you'll get some early access to some super cool videos. Also, don't forget, we still got some merch left. Just go to romandellapena.com. We got a bunch of stuff. We got phone cases, sweatshirts in a bunch of different colors, but we're gonna get back to it. Do like a whole lap. Like, there's like some random doohickey thing set up on the side of that bank, but like once you drop into there, it's pretty much flow from there. You carve around here, you can actually get some decent speed, you know, do some like, that's kind of like a box jump, but that's not really a box jump. There's not a single bit of metal here, but you'd be surprised, everything actually slides. Like, all of it slides stupid good. The main cool thing about that park is probably the middle section right there that I just died on. Somebody built this, and it's kind of, I mean, it's not the strongest thing in the world, but I don't think you're going through it. You could ride up this, come down fakie, and then half cab into the bank just like a G. Yeah, everything slides, but nothing's metal. It's like a super street-oriented park, but there's no street. Like, when you think of street, you think of rails, ledges. There ain't a single ledge here. Not one. Yoink. Yeah, see, that's fire. Like, that's actually dope. I'm saying less is more because here, if there's a bunch of random obstacles that like were useless, this would be a piece of crap. Dude, like, seriously, you could keep going back and forth without having to push at all. Like, you just go over these roller things, pump around. Like, I'm going in circles, no problem at all. Like, to keep it 1,000 with y'all, I'm gonna rate this like a solid 6. Even though there's not much here, it's probably 6 obstacles total. None of them are hard to actually ride. Like, they're all decently small enough to get used to, and they have good run up. Buttercup. Oh, that is steep on the other side. A challenge has spawned into my head. We're gonna try and front lip all the way to, well, as far as I can go, because I can't really grind all the way down this thing. I reckon if I start from here, jump it like a hip, and then get enough speed and just carve, we're good. Give it a test run, okay. Oh, well, it worked, sort of. I just didn't go all the way. Oh. Ah, nope. I'm gonna be happy if I make it to here. That's all I need. I'm not going all the way down. Ah. Yes, sir. Oh, God. That was fire, no cap. Celebration 180. Oh. I gotta go faster. Why do I decide to do the things that are gonna hurt my feet the most? Ugh. Carve. 180. Oh. Good. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yo, wait a second. Is that a river? Hold on. If we get 5,000 likes, I'll jump into this river. Actually, I take that back. No, I'm not doing that. I think it's probably so nasty. We've hit everything here except for this little tiny boob thing. It's looking sad. It needs a bri flip. There's your bri flip. I hope it feels better. So, conclusion, skate parks are obviously getting smaller, but I think that's good because that means there can be more of small skate parks instead of none of big skate parks. I'm completely on the side of I'd rather have 20 little skate parks than one massive one, and it takes an hour to get to. And I think all of you guys would agree with me on that, for sure. So with that being said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you next time. Later.